I told you all that I am going to keep coming at you until you start having some superior results in your life. One of the things that I've recently been convicted on and I want to share with you is you have to stop micromanaging every area of your life. Let me say that again. In order for you to move forth and have the superior results that you've been looking for in life, there's no way you can continue to go in 50 different directions, baby. 50 different directions. Some of you are going in 100 different directions all at the same time because you're micromanaging every single area of your life. And some of you are even doing that in the workplace. And I've recently been convicted of that myself, where someone pointed something out to me that I need to simply give a project to someone to do, allow them to do it, have as less involvement as possible, and then just wait until the end to see how they do it. And so I cannot begin to tell you the amount of pressure that's come off of my chest in the last 2 days because I didn't realize that there's areas of my life where I've fallen into micromanaging. I'm talking in my personal life, and even in the workplace as well. There's been a few areas where I've been convicted and I'm like, you know what? This is an area where I need to let go and trust that this person is going to run with this and is going to do a good job. And they may not do it exactly the way that I do it, and that's okay. But I've got to release myself from that extra pressure that I put on myself to have things done perfectly. Now, I know some of you are already thinking, Z, I don't have anyone to pass my responsibilities on to. I've got to be the one to do it all. And in some cases, that may be true. There are some things you may just have to let go and let it be because you got to focus on the direction you're going. You have to focus on the direction that you're going and focus on making destiny decisions is what I call it. And some things just don't align with our destinies, right? And we know that it's all important because if I were to say focus on what's important, then you would say, well, it's all important. Well, you know what? Focus on what's most important and what lines up with your destiny. Does that make sense? Stop micromanaging every single area of your life. We have to release that pressure off of us. I'm talking in our personal lives as well. This is not just work. This is even in our personal lives. There are some things we have to let it be, or we have to let other people step in and do what they need to do, knowing that they're not going to do it the way we do it. You already know that. You already know. They're not going to handle things exactly the way we do it. But we got to be okay with that. I am trying my best to grow and change and become a better person myself, and I'm doing my best by the grace of God to take you all along with me for the ride, and I am begging you, stop micromanaging every area of your life. You are not built to carry that kind of pressure. Read Exodus, I think it's chapter 18, the story about when Jethro visited Moses. Jethro was Moses' father-in-law, by the way. And remember we talked about that story about how Moses from morning to night was standing as judge over all of the people. And they were just wearing him out. But he felt that's something he needed to do. It was important. And Jethro, the father-in-law, came along and said, Moses, what you're doing isn't good. He's like, you're going to wear yourself out and you're going to wear these people out. And he basically just told him, hey, you need to find some people that can take care of this and only have them bring the most important or the most difficult cases to you so that you can focus and you can be able to stand the strain. And I just love that passage, and that's what I've gone back to in my life, which is looking at, you know what, there are too many things that I put on my plate to do and to manage. I'm talking at work as well as at home. I have got to start living. I've got to start being free in my spirit. And what I mean by being free is being free to sit and worship God. Being free to sit and just hear what he has to tell me without waking up and feeling all this stress and extra pressure on my plate. So the last 2 days, it's only been 2 days, or I think 3. So the last 2 or so days of my life has been radically different. I cannot begin to tell you the amount of peace I feel right now because someone pointed something out to me and I made some immediate changes and I feel so at peace it's just not even funny. I'm not even at work right now, to be honest with you. I went on a very long prayer walk and spent some time with God, and I just feel like I'm walking in peace because I've made a decision. I am not going to micromanage every single area of my life. And God knows I do my best to give off responsibilities and let people do what they do. But sometimes you know how you give that responsibility off, but then you still worry about it or you want all of these You just want updates on what's going on. I'm talking at home as well, even in your personal life. You know how sometimes you just want to know what's going on. You told your kids to do something, or a family member or a friend to do something, or you want to get somebody's help with something, but you're checking in to see how it's going. We have got to stop micromanaging every area of our lives. Those are distractions that are keeping us from being focused. So anyway, I'm going to end this because this is just a short motivational podcast message to encourage you. Stop micromanaging every area of your life. You got to let some of that pressure go. There's too much pressure, and it's starting to stress people out and cause you to be anxious about a whole lot of things. Let it go. Some things you just got to let it go, and keep your focus on making destiny-defining decisions, and stay your butt in the direction that you have set out to go, the direction that God has told you to go in. And all that other stuff, I can name about 50 things right now that I probably need to do or take care of, little things here and there. All that other stuff doesn't matter right now. What matters is what lines up with my destiny and in the direction that I'm going. So there are some things that just won't get taken care of, or some things that just got to fall by the wayside, or some things that I have to appoint other people to do and trust that they'll do a good job. And I cannot begin to tell you how much freedom I feel in my spirit right now. So anyway, I love you all. I pray you've been encouraged. This is Z with Unlocking Greatness Podcast.